So, quick introduction of myself. My name's Tyler Hansen. I'm an implementation consultant here at Zumasys. And prior to that, I was director of technology for a plumbing and HVAC distribution company. And in that role, I really got an opportunity to apply AI to some real world business problems, and found some really great results with it, and just really got me fired up about it, and I've kind of been obsessed with it ever since. So here we are. Today, I just want to first get a good mental model for what AI is. So first off, what is AI really? It's a computer program that's trained on the entirety of the internet. So it speaks plain English. You can ask it questions as if you're talking to a human being, and it's going to give you its best predicted answer. So really, it's a computer program that's really good at predicting the next word. So in this example, the work order calls for a 3/4 inch steel, and this is actually how LLMs work. It's gonna have kind of a list of words that it thinks is the most reasonable answer. It's gonna pick the one with the highest probability. So because of this, because it's so well tuned to language, it's really good at drafting an email or summarizing things or kind of rewording things. But what it's not trained on, or that it doesn't have access to, meaning ChatGPT and things like that, is your data or your business processes. So again, you might have found with ChatGPT, really good at writing emails, really good at summarizing things for you, but maybe you throw something at it that's specific to your business or your industry, and it's like, well, that isn't right. That's why. It's trained on this mass amount of data, but not your specific data. So another thing to be aware of with LLMs is it's trained at a period in time. So these refreshes, I'll call them, are happening pretty frequently nowadays. But that data isn't, maybe it's from 3 months ago. And then it's kind of, again, frozen in time. So it's not getting live updates on your inventory levels. It's not getting live updates on your work orders. It's disconnected from kind of what is currently happening on the shop floor or in your business. So the fix isn't a smarter model. It's giving the model your real data, connecting to your ERP or your warehouse management system or whatever it may be, your system of record. That's where you really start to see some value, when you're integrated with that. Is anybody in here uploading like CSV sheets or price sheets to ChatGPT and has kind of experienced that, or not really? Okay. Is there any concern around uploading your data to ChatGPT? Yep. Yeah, and there should be. I would not recommend doing it with your proprietary data. And the reason for that is, with ChatGPT, you have to go in, it's buried in the settings. You have to go into settings and turn off do not train on my data. And the thing of it is oftentimes they will turn that back on when they do an update on the system. So you're on the right track there, not uploading into a system like ChatGPT. You really need a platform for actually, leveraging your data with these AI models. And what I mean by a platform is something where your data can securely live alongside an AI model. And not only securely live alongside it, but is integrated. So you're not having to upload it every time that you need to get an answer. It's just real-time integrated. So again, we've been kind of hitting on this point pretty hard, but it's an important one to remember. So LLMs on their own, they're great at these things. They're not so great at your live prices, your customer data, anything that changed since it was trained, taking action inside your systems, and keeping data private once you put it in there. Again, we do these things all over the country, and that's one of the top concerns for everybody, is keeping your data, not getting trained on it and things like that. So, and I'll show you some examples within Rover AI today, just to give you an idea of what a platform could and honestly should look like. So you can kind of visualize what we're talking about here. So a lot of us are in this group right now, kind of this individual AI. And again, it's great, it's awesome, but another thing to think about, when you have, maybe you got 10 employees, 20 employees, whatever it may be, when you have everybody with their own ChatGPT account, it's really hard to keep your data in one spot. It's really hard to make sure that somebody's uploading something that they shouldn't be. It's difficult to keep control on. That's another thing with a platform. You can keep all of those subscriptions in one place. You can keep, security on the data. So maybe you have a certain set of employees who really shouldn't be seeing financial data for the company. Well, you can have the ability to lock that down. And if they ask a question on it, they're not going to get an answer on that data because their user account doesn't have access to that data. And that platform is really the building blocks for doing some really cool stuff with AI and getting into this kind of agentic territory. So an assistant is really something that can answer questions on your data. So, you could ask, hey, what were the sales trends from the last 3 months? Or where are the bottlenecks in production? And it'll give you an answer. And that's great, but you still need to take action on that answer. And an agent is going to be something that not only can retrieve that information, so I'm going to use collections as an example because I'm actually going to demo that later here. But so it would look at your AR, your accounts receivable data, and identify customers who are past due. And it'll present those to you, and it'll say, hey, you want me to send an email to these customers? And you hit approve, and those emails will actually be sent. So it's taking action for you. And again, that's where things can get really powerful, but it's important that you have those security controls in place and access controls in place before you start doing things like that. How many people in here have a spreadsheet that they've had for, 10, 15 years that, the business kind of runs on? Like maybe you are doing production scheduling with it, or maybe you're, whatever it may be, but nobody really knows how it works because the guy who built it is, retired 5 years ago. Things like that. So yeah, like there's this one spreadsheet kind of holding the whole thing together. That can be a great place to start to bring that logic into more of an AI application. So instead of running this thing on a spreadsheet, you're running it on a user-friendly app. And then again, with the platform, not only are you running it on a more user-friendly interface, but now you can expose AI to it. And I think that's a huge advantage that smaller companies have, honestly, and nothing against the large and the big companies, but we have a really big advantage here to move fast and to bring solutions to our company that weren't possible before. Because maybe 10, 15 years ago, you had to pay $200,000 to get that spreadsheet turned into a more, user-friendly interface. And maybe it's going to take a year and it's not going to work the way that you want it to when it's done. So now though, and we've seen this happen for our customers, we can provide them a solution completely tailored to their business in 30 to 45 days. And again, taking that spreadsheet, modernizing it, just providing more value for the business. And I promise I'll show some examples of this too, so I'm not just all smoke and mirrors here. It's pretty cool when you see it in action. Again, this is what we kind of just went over, but just to reiterate. So a platform for AI that's going to kind of take you to that next level from ChatGPT. It's one place for your systems of record, for your data, for your security. It's secure, so you can lock down who sees what data. You're not exposing your data for it to be trained on. It's integrated, so not only are you getting data from your ERP, but maybe you're getting it from your CRM or from another system of record or from a spreadsheet. You can bring that all into one place and leverage all of your data instead of just some of your data. And it can be tailor fit to your business processes.